Hey, how's it going, y'all? Eric here. Welcome to a special episode of Out of the Groove. If you've watched my channel for a long time, you know a couple different things. You know, one, that I'm a big Matt Kenseth fan, have been ever since I got into racing around 2004. And two, you'll probably recognize the Alka-Seltzer logo. They've been a partner of this show for a couple of years now. It's been great to have them aboard. Well, this week we'll be working on some pretty awesome stuff at Pocono Raceway. If you haven't heard, I will be there. It's my first trip ever to Pocono. I'm super duper excited, and thanks in large part to the fine folks at Alka-Seltzer, we're going to be hosting a special 2-day meetup. Anytime I say I'm going to a race, I get a ton of comments, a ton of messages. Eric, can I meet you here? When are you going to be there? Are you going to be at the track this day? Blah, blah, blah. This weekend at Pocono on Saturday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 12 o'clock noon. I will be at the NASCAR pole position / out of the groove tent inside the track, I believe along that main drag Earnhardt Road. We'll be set up next to the big Alka-Seltzer display, so keep a lookout for the blue and orange colors or the black and yellow out of the groove colors. I hope to see a bunch of y'all there. Thanks again to Alka-Seltzer for helping make this happen. It's super cool to be working with this brand this weekend on some other exclusive content. There's a reason I mentioned the fact that I'm a big Matt Kenseth fan. It's because the last time Alka-Seltzer was on a race car in NASCAR, it was 2003 in the Xfinity Series, the then Busch Series with Matt Kenseth behind the wheel. Alka-Seltzer is back. You may have seen it this week. They're on Bayley Currey's number 4 Xfinity Series Chevrolet this weekend. And so I'll be at the track this weekend doing some pretty cool content with them. And today in this video, it's not just me announcing a meetup, that kind of thing. We actually have Bayley Currey joining us over the interweb. So let's go now to the driver of the 4, Bayley Currey, and touch base on what's going on this year with him in the Xfinity Series, what he's looking forward to at Pocono, and a whole lot more. You're riding a little bit of momentum going into Pocono this weekend. Got a top 10 or scored a top 10 at New Hampshire this past weekend. So how big was that result for you and your team?
It's pretty big, big morale booster in the shop for sure. We've definitely had the speed. We've had chances to run in the top 10 and get top 10s, but it seems like it always slips away. So to be able to finally get one is very reassuring and lets us know we can do that and we can do it consistently.
You know, this is your first full-time season, I suppose, in Xfinity you're working your way through. So how would you grade your performance as a driver, JD Motorsports' performance as a team? Like, obviously, when you're there full-time, got to be a lot of ebbs and flows. So how would you kind of, summarize your season thus far?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I'd say to split it into 2 parts, I think our performance has been an A. I mean, I feel like we've had great cars every week. There's been 2 weeks that we were a little bit off, but everywhere else, man, we've been on our A game. I feel like execution on my part, on everybody's part, it is a team. So I've made some mistakes. We've had some things go wrong, things break, things like that. I'd give it a B. I mean, because most of the time it works out. So I think if we can just clean up a few of the things, both on my part and with the car, I think we're on track to have a really good year and have a good points finish.
Yeah, as a driver, you're still a young driver, kind of getting your bearings and earning respect in the upper ranks of NASCAR. So what is one thing you say you've learned this year being full-time, being at the track every week?
Just to kind of let the race come to you. After last year, the handful of races I ran with JD, we were really good, like really, really good. And I kind of came into this year maybe a little too aggressive, a little too hot. And I was very aggressive from the drop of the green pretty much everywhere we went. And I think that hurt us a little bit. So I've talked with Johnny. He kind of told me, well, let's just let it come to us. Let's calm down. Let's not really go crazy until we're at the end of the race. And that's what I've been doing more recently. And it's been working out. So I'd say just letting the race come to you. Be aggressive, but be aggressive when it matters.
Obviously got a huge announcement this week, a cool paint scheme you're running at Pocono with Alka-Seltzer back in the sport. What's it feel like bringing a major brand like Alka-Seltzer back into NASCAR? Because they were last in the Xfinity Series or the then Busch Series like 19 years ago. So how cool is it to bring them back?
It's awesome. It's kind of crazy to be able to bring such a big company like Alka-Seltzer back into the sport, and just to have them behind us is really cool. You know, the car looks great. Fire suit looks really good. Got the pit box all wrapped. I'm really excited to get to the racetrack and put it all together and have the Alka-Seltzer folks out there to show them what NASCAR is all about. You know, I'm sure the people that are there now weren't there 19 years ago and weren't able to experience it. So I'm really excited to get some new folks out to the racetrack. I'm really excited to represent those guys and try to go put a show on for them.
Always love to see major brands either come to the sport or return to the sport after a brief hiatus. That's awesome. So Pocono, what are your expectations? It's the tricky triangle. What are you expecting out of your car? How do you expect the race to play out?
I don't know. I mean, it feels like there's always some wild card event, like wild card sequence that happens in a Pocono Xfinity race. I feel like there's always that big wreck off turn one. So just watching out for that, really being mindful of that. They laid some resin down, so trying to play that right, getting that when it comes in, and just staying out of trouble and being there at the end. Pit strategy is always weird at Pocono because it is so big and you can pit under green without losing a lap. So I think there's a lot of different variables going into it. I think we're going to have a really good car. It's the second time we've run this car this year. We ran it at Charlotte and finished 15th. Really good car, and we set it up and everything yesterday, and it came out really nice. So I'm excited to get up there and see what we got. I think we have a real good chance at another good run.
Well, that's exciting. I'll be there in person to watch. Can't wait to see you this weekend, Bayley. Thanks so much for your time, and good luck at Pocono in the Alka-Seltzer car. We're going to be watching.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Let's get one more good look at this race car. That is a sharp looking machine. I cannot wait to see that thing in person, in the flesh, in the carbon fiber this weekend. I want to take a moment as well to acknowledge the guy who designed this paint scheme, Christopher Darling. He's also joining us now over the beautiful thing that is the internet. How does it feel, first and foremost, to see a scheme that you've created come to life and actually hit the real racetrack?
It feels great. It's definitely a little surreal at times. I think most people who are designing race cars, they sort of dream about doing this sort of thing. So just seeing a car go around the track, and especially with such like an iconic brand for NASCAR, it's pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited.
Oh, the car looks great. So what was the first step to coming up with the design, either specifically for Alka-Seltzer, but just in general, the creative process when you have a blank sheet in front of you? Like, what's the first step to incorporating a logo or a sponsor into a specific design?
Well, the first step is making sure that, for me at least, you can design a car where, in my opinion, I want the logos to be able to come off of it and you still know that's a car that belongs to that brand. So that was the biggest thing, getting the Alka-Seltzer blues and oranges on there. Of course, we threw some tablets on the car. So it's just a matter of making sure that it's got brand identity to go along with it.
Yeah, I love the incorporation of the big tablet on the side with the 4. It looks great, Christopher. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, letting us in a little bit to the mind of a designer, a very talented designer like yourself. Looking forward to seeing you at Pocono this weekend. Gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, definitely. We should have some great fun down there.
Appreciate you guys watching this video. Again, great to be a part of something big with Alka-Seltzer. I hope to see you guys out at the racetrack. It's thanks to them that we're able to do this big meetup on Saturday and Sunday. Hope to see a bunch of y'all out there. Really appreciate you guys coming out, and thank you for watching this video. We'll be back with more of our regularly scheduled programming tomorrow. It's been a busy few weeks of news. I know you guys know that. You know I know that. We'll be back again tomorrow. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have a good one.